And welcome back to the Digimon Partner Series. Today's Digimon Partner Series comes to us from the Lord of Killjoy, who asked the question, what is Ninjago's Kai's Digimon partner? I've been on record multiple times. I'm not a Ninjago fan. I just don't, it's not my thing, but I will still obviously do the request. He is the elemental ninja of fire, if I remember correctly. Let me just get his info up here real quick. So I know what I am referencing. So let's see, ninja, current elemental master, ninja of fire. Okay. So, yeah, I knew then that I needed something that matched that pretty much aspect of him. Because matching personality doesn't work when it comes to Digimon. And this is just simply due to the fact that not every Digimon will have the exact same type of personality as its partner. Gomamon, for instance, is much different than Joe. Joe, he's a lot more go with the flow than Joe is. This helps balance him out compared to Joe, though. Likewise, we look at someone like, say, Patamon, who, not Patamon. I'm trying to think of another one that would really mesh well. Armadillomon and, what was that? Oh, God. There was Ken, Yoli, Davis, and I'm forgetting the one who had Armadillomon's name. Point being, he and Armadillomon were a little juxtaposed to each other too. Same with Stigmon, Wormmon, and Ken. So that being said, no, there is not a, as I said, I think in the original episode of the series, there is not one universal personality all these Digimon have. So you could easily just say, hey, it matches the personality of this. So when looking at Fire Digimon, I'm like, I looked at one line. I'm like, this is kind of interesting. I like this line. So we start with the Flamemon line, or Flamemon line. Now this Digimon, if you're not familiar with it, makes its appearance technically in Season 4 of the Digimon anime. But it's when, God, now I'm forgetting the other one. It's when the Digidestin, who had the Spirits of Fire, was temporarily sent back to the real world. He was turned into this Digimon. This is, in fact, a real Digimon. This is the rookie form of the Agunimon line. And I think as just a young upstart Digimon, fire-based Digimon, it works out great. He's humanoid, clearly, but he's also not human, as you can clearly see. So I liked that as a starting point. Furthermore, sticking with Season 4 in the Agunimon line, I chose as the champion form of this Digimon to go with Agunimon. And those of you who know the series, the actual Digimon series, know that you need initially the Spirit of Flame to access this Digimon. And that is true. However, in the games, you still need it, but once you have obtained the Spirit of Flame, you can Digivolve any Digimon that correlates with this line into this Digimon. So an Agumon can turn into an Agunimon. A Vmon, if I'm not mistaken, a Vmon turns into a Lobomon. But I'm trying to think of some of the other ones that turn into Agunimon off the top of my head here. Because I'm talking about the Cyber Sleuth games, and in those games you can evolve. Once you have the Spirit of Flame, you can evolve a certain rookie Digimon into Agunimon and Lobomon. So I like the idea that while, yes, it's important to have the Spirit of Flame, it's not necessarily mandatory in every case. And because other Digimon can, at least in the games, turn into this Digimon, that we can make an exception here. This would still work out well. It's certainly a more humanoid-looking Digimon, has more humanoid face. In fact, it doesn't even really have any non-humanoid features. It's wearing armor. And it makes sense. It's a warrior of flames. Now, would I now go after that, the next stage, which would be, what was it? Burning Greymon, and then Aldemon was the one after that. Would I go Burning Greymon or Aldemon after this? No. Burning Greymon doesn't really add. I wanted to stick with something at least akin to what we had either with Agunimon or with Flamemon prior. And so I dipped into the Apollo Digimon line. Apollomon, specifically his ultimate level form, which is Flairdramon, or Flairemon anyway. This, if you've ever played Digimon World Dusk or Digimon World Dawn in this case, this is actually the ultimate evolution of your starter, which is, I believe, Koromon and then Flamedramon. And then it turns into Flairmon, which this is where we go a little bit off the rails, just a little bit. The more bestial nature of the Digimon line. By the way, this is the best picture I could find that would work here. But this one takes on a lot more of the rookie level Digimon's kind of beast attributes, turning it basically into a bipedal lion fire creature. Between the two, I liked Flairmon, the Koromon line, Apollomon line, more than I did the Dianamon or Dianamon line. Anyway, the other one, which by the way is weird. That line is in the Cyber Sleuth games. This line is not, the Koromon line. I always wondered why that was, but anyway, so I do like this idea. It represents the more bestial side of things. It represents more primal. But we ultimately end with the ultimate level, or the mega level. Technically, ultimate is mega in Japanese. But let's see. Volcan. Where is it? I'm sorry, I'm just looking at Volcanismon. There we go. Spoiler alert if you weren't listening. Volcan. There it is. There you are. There you are. All right. So the mega variant level I thought went with this is Volcanismon. Volcanismon is a humanoid Digimon in a suit that does basically have a ninja-esque vibe to it to some degree. It is a Digimon god of smithery. Most well-known weapons are the work of Volcanismon, and the famous Berger, whatever, cherished by Beelzebub, is also the article of Volcanismon. It is an artisan's pride and stubborn personality seen through competence of its clients. In essence, he is a blacksmith, more or less. But the fact is, he also wields numerous weapons, like a ninja would. He's very humanoid in nature. And he is ultimately, a fire-based Digimon of very powerful proportions. This would go towards Ninjago Kai's personality, that little I know of it, that he does start out cocky and kind of grows as he, goes further into his story. So, and sorry again for the image. This was, again, best I could find. But yeah, you can see, not that you can see my mouse here, but you can see where his head is in that little bubble. He wears a suit, which is very interesting. And I don't know which one of these is supposed to be his actual set of arms, which is the very interesting thing. I think it's the front set. But no, I liked it. I liked this ultimately as the final evolution for him. He has 3 different attacks, including Bomber Art, which radiates flames used for the welding. Pinpoint Weapon Works uses its Bomber Art and manufactures, and then and there, an appropriate weapon to fit the situation. Very convenient. Appropriate Works manufactures weapons by performing Pinpoint Weapon Works one after another, then equips them to each of his arms in order to fully unleash its power. So, yeah, this is, I think, the Digimon evolution line and partner Digimon for Ninjago Kai. Now, as I said, not a big Ninjago fan, so I did the best I could, I guess is the best way I could say. When it's a character, be it in a Pokemon video or a Digimon video, Zombocta, or whatever, that I am not very well versed in, that I don't know very well, I always do the best that I can, but I am only human when it comes to that stuff. So, be kind. And, just don't judge too hard. Anyway, I digress. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you later.